After hours of Il Molino, a Soto just talking women and vino. The contract like 91 Dan Marino. I swear this guy Michael Rapino's boosting my ego. Overly focused is far from the time to rest now. Debates growing about who they think is the best now. Took a while, got the jokers out of the deck now. I'm holding all the cards and just wanna play chess now. I hear you talking, say it twice so I know you meant it. Yet I don't even tend it, they should know's in it. I'm authentic, real name, no gimmicks, no game, no scrimmage.
Upon the recommendations of the Board of Regents and alumni of Harvard Christian University, it is with great privilege and pleasure that we bestow the PhD of Business Administration to you on this day. We recognize your extensive experience and demonstrated knowledge in business administration acumen, with concentrations in financial management, marketing and advertising, media, banking and finance, business development strategies, group economics, investments, and collective capitalism, which has met all educational professional experience with selective standards. After meeting all requirements set by HCU, you have received the full endorsement and approval of the university's board for this degree. Harvard Christian University honors notable accomplishments within the world of entrepreneurship and is proud to confer this degree to you as William L. Benson, PhD, and it's going to have DBA on the end of your name, so now you can sign your documents that way in recognition of the dedication and commitment made within your vocation. Respectfully signed by the chairman and president of Harvard Christian University, Dr. Carl Robinson, and also by the chancellor himself, Dr. Edmund K. Silver Jr.
Beautiful.
Sir.
Absolutely.
Carla Ballard, founder and CEO of Ying, and also former independent candidate for vice presidency, along with Brock, who ran, and we ran both, election 2020. That was a historical moment. And one of the things that gets me so excited is now we have the opportunity to hold space to understand what Web 3.0 can do, truly. So I'm not going to go into full introductions about who's on this panel. We kind of put their titles there. I want to dive in because of our time. And I want to dive in by really laying out what Web 3.0 is, right? And I think because we have leaders in the room, like Brock, like Joshua, like Gerard, like Andrew, like Bill, like Karen, we have the moment to understand it and then begin to act on it, all right? So Brock, I want to start with you. When we start to talk about this space called Web 3.0, I know a lot of us used to hear blockchain, but now it's Web 3.0. So why and what is it?
As we went through Web 1 into Web 2, and we're now entering into Web 3. When the internet was first being brought to market, there were a lot of original intentions that didn't make it into the final implementation. And when you're off just a little bit in the beginning, it doesn't seem like much. But with the passage of time, it can cause you to miss your mark by a long shot. And so Web 2 was really the centralization of the internet and the monopolization of the internet. Web 3 is the demonopolization, where we are going to take these Web 2 monopolies, we the people, we don't need the government to do this. We are going to demonopolize them by taking that data, by turning them into public utilities, by taking that data and putting it into a public database, otherwise known as a blockchain, so that we, the people, can create our own interface to that data, public database. There will still be dominant interfaces like a Facebook, like an Instagram, like a TikTok, like a WhatsApp. Though to maintain that market dominant position is going to require you being of great service to your user base. What happens is these dominant businesses in our, call it late stage or prior stage of modern capitalism, they start out by subsidizing products and services, by offering you products and services in a way that are really compelling, and you start using it, and then they, over time, try to build a moat or a wall around you. They try to trap you in a cage so that they can then monetize you, and over time, the alignment of interests shift until eventually they're just trying to squeeze you for as much profit as they can extract from you, which, by the way, is okay. That is their job. Don't hate the player, hate the game, right? Let's not get mad at organizations for doing what they were incentivized to do. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to. This is why we have to step back, and why something like Web3 matters, because we get to reevaluate the incentives, change the incentive structure in a system where you don't own all of our data, where you don't own us, but we own ourselves. We take our sovereignty back with self-sovereign identity and all these things that are going to be the tools that make up Web3. To maintain a dominant position will be to continually be in service to us. The minute you start to behave like a tyrant, the minute you start to become, behave tyrannically, we're going to leave, because we can. You don't have us trapped anymore. You don't have us caged anymore. You don't have a monopoly on us and our own information anymore. And so to keep us coming back to using your interface, you have to do a good job of serving us. And so it's the realignment of incentives. And that's how I would describe at a high level, what's happening here, what is Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, what that big macro change is and why it matters. It puts it into hopefully perspective. And also in a way where we're not blaming or judging the past for, they're doing what they were designed to do. And so if we want a different outcome, we have to create different incentives. I think the only other thing I think that covers it.
No, that's fantastic.
Pretty.
I think it sets that foundation for everyone. William, I'm going to